Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Ray coming at you today with another Marvel Crisis Protocol video. And this time we're going to be talking about Adepticon and everything that happened. And we're going to split this up into a couple of parts here. So today I'm just going to talk about Pheonix and I'm going to talk about Gambit. In the next video, we're going to break down some of the other characters as well. And then in the video after that, we're going to do an Adepticon overview of, me playing in Worlds, just me playing Marvel over the weekends, my overall thoughts on the game going forward, and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and all that other kind of stuff. So we're gonna have a couple videos here. So we're gonna split this up because if I were to spend one video talking about everything, man, I'd be here for like an hour and a half just rambling, and I think it's just better off that we split this into segments. So basically call this part one, right? Let's talk about the exciting things first. Let's talk about the Pheonix and the Gambit card that got revealed, because Gambit got buffed, by the way, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And we also got Pheonix's card, and also, since I competed in Worlds, I did get the Pheonix card, and this is stamped. So I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm going to get this card graded or something like that, and protect this card as much as I can, just because it has a stamp on it and it's really, really cool. But shout outs to AMG, by the way, fantastic. I did not expect to get this. When they announced this, I was like, yo, I need to get this in my hands, bro. I need to get this in my hands. So really cool stuff, and shout outs to them. All right, so let's get into it. So we're going to save Gambit for the next video. I mean, not for the next video, for the next segment. We're going to talk about Pheonix first, okay? Now, so some of the images are a little blurry. And, so I'm going to try my best. I'm going to read off. If I can't read on the computer screen here, I'm going to read off the card. So it is what it is. So let's talk about Pheonix, right? 4/4/5 defenses. She's 7 health, 6 threat, size 2, moves medium. Keep in mind, on this side, she is not her awakened side. She's on a regular side, so she's on a 35 millimeter base to start the game. We'll get into the other thing in a second. Really good defensive stat line. I mean, a 6 threat, if she is going to be affiliated with the X-Men, that's really cool. They get kind of a 6 threat character for them, so that's awesome. Not sure if they're affiliated with the X-Men. They should be. She should be, but if not, that'd be really cool. Let's go with the energy attack. So it's range 3, 6 dice, no power cost, after strike resolve, gain particle damage dealt, standard, wild, incinerate, really good builder there. We go to the next attack. It's her spender. It's a 6 power, area 3, 6 dice attack. Allied characters within range of this attack may remove 1 damage from itself instead of suffering 1 damage. So she's going to be healing your characters by taking this area attack. I think Doctor Strange or Sexy Strange has this one. It's a really cool spender. It's a really big range too. Area 3 is pretty big. On a wild, you just gain incinerate. So nothing too much there, right? The healing is really cool. This is where I lost my marbles, right? I was there live watching the the Pheonix reveal. And I literally jumped. I was like, this is crazy, bro. Let's go over this. Cosmically empowered telekinesis. Choose an enemy character of size 5 or less. She could throw every character in the game. Size 5 or less. Or an interactive terrain feature, size 4 or less, within 2. Throw at medium. You can only use this once per turn. It's a 3 power cost throw. The only character in the game right now that can throw size 5s, characters. And I like what they did here. They didn't do the size 5 terrain feature, and I'm happy about that, honestly. I don't think size 5 terrain features, if they're going to be on a board, it should only be on one board, like one size 5, nothing more than that. I like that no one can throw the size 5s yet. So that's really cool. So they did the whole size. They did, okay, you can do size 5 characters and size 4 terrain features. I would like them to take this approach more with other characters too. To give them, okay, you could throw these size characters, but you can only throw this size of terrain. I think that's a really cool thing. I hope they continue that going forward. I think that's really cool. But that was nuts, bro. I'm like, you could throw Dormammu? Yo, if you could throw Dormammu, wow, you're crazy. You're crazy to me. All right, choose an allied character within 2. The chosen character, also rejuvenating flames. I apologize. So this is Pheonix healing and doing her thing. Chosen character moves with 2 damage and 1 special condition from itself. A character may be targeted by super once per turn. So we got to keep in mind she can do this multiple times in the game. Per character. It's 2 power costs. It's very cheap. And healing 2 damage without having to use patch up or something like that, that's huge. That's really cool, yo. That's good stuff. And it's, like I said, you can use it on every character that you have on the game. You can only do it to them once, though, right? So we'll see where this goes. I think this is probably one of her better superpowers on her card right now. And I think it's I think it's pretty strong. Burning Resolve. Another allied character within 3 would be advanced, placed, or pushed by an enemy effect. Uses superpower. The allied character is not advanced, placed, or pushed. So this is what Jean has. So she denies advances, pushes, and all that other kind of stuff. I wish there was more characters that could deny throws. I mean, I wish she could deny a throw. I think that'd be really cool, but who knows? I am Fire and Life Incarnate. This is where we get to the gist of everything that how Pheonix is gonna work. Whenever a non-allied character, whenever an allied non-grunt character is dazed or KO'd, this character gains 1 Pheonix token. When this character would be dazed, it gains 3 Pheonix tokens. If this character has 3 or more Pheonix tokens at the start of your turn, if this character would be flipped, would flip its stat card to the injured side, which, by the way, spoiler alert, she does not have an injured side. She just basically goes to Pheonix Unleashed. Place Pheonix Unleashed within 2 of it. Pheonix Unleashed is now part of your squad. Move all power, all activated tokens, and all Pheonix tokens from this character to Pheonix Unleashed. Then remove this character from the battlefield. Now, if you notice, on the cards so far, there is no way to use the Pheonix tokens. There is no other way to gain them outside of your characters being dazed or KO'd. And once you have 3 or more tokens on you, you turn to Pheonix Unleashed at the start of your turn. We're going to get to why this is kind of dangerous on the backside. Okay, so so that's how you turn to Pheonix Unleashed. She has no ways to turn into it herself currently, but it's everything else that's happening on the board, right? So you gain 2 power. She's immune to incinerate and poison. Now let's flip to the sauce, right? To the Pheonix Unleashed side, okay? She does lose her throw on this side. Her defenses are 4, 5, 3. So 3 mystic defense on this side. 10 health. Still 6 threat. She moves small, but she's going to go to a bigger base. She's going to a 50 millimeter base. So bigger base, move small, really crazy stuff. Let's go over this attack. Okay, Pheonix Blast. Range 4, 6 dice, no power cost. Destructive Force. When creating the dice pool for this attack, this character may choose an interactive terrain feature size 2, 3, or 4 within 4 and destroy it. Add a number of dice to the attack pool equal to the size of the terrain feature destroyed. Then if there are fewer than 2 of this character's flame pillars in play, place 1 flame pillar within 4 of this character. It is a size 1 interactive terrain feature. After this attack is resolved, this character gains 1 Pheonix token. Now, on this side, you can gain Pheonix tokens, and we're going to talk about the downside to this later when we go over this. Molecular Disintegration. After this attack is resolved, this character, if the target character is not dazed or KO'd, this character loses 1 Pheonix token. So if you do this spender, and you're not dazing or KOing the character, you lose a Pheonix token. Okay, so that's a way to remove a Pheonix token. That's cool. So this spender has to not kill something, basically. Okay? So, hold on. I apologize. I'm reading this. I'm a terrible reader. If the target character is not dazed or KO, so you have to daze or KO the character with this attack. I apologize. I read that wrong. Then you can remove the token. So, really cool. So there's a way to remove it now. Temporal Domination. When this character is attacking or defending during the modified dice step, it may use a superpower. This character gains 1 Pheonix token and may roll up to 3 dice in its attack or defense roll. This superpower going to use once per turn. She has a way to modify dice, so that's really good too, and no power cost. All are beneath me. When measuring, now this is really cool. When measuring the range and line of sight of this character's attacks, you may choose one of this character's flame pillars and measure range and line of sight from it. So you can place these out really far, right? I mean, you're on the first attack, you can place a pillar within 4. Right? That's crazy. So, like, imagine placing those pillars within range 4, and now you're measuring from there. This is already a range 4 attack. Like, imagine the amount of characters you're going to be hitting with this, and it's line of sight. So, your attacks are going to be going really far. just letting you know, really far, right? You may choose one of the character's flame pillars and measure from that. If you do, after all the attacks are resolved, each character gains the Incinerate special condition. Then the chosen flame pillar is destroyed. So now they gain Incinerate and the Incinerate. No, I'm sorry. They gain the Incinerate special condition. I apologize. And this is destroyed. That is a really cool thing on her card. That is nutty as hell, right? That is really cool. So now let's get to the issue that I'm having, and or not really an issue, but like this is where the counterplay is going to come into Pheonix, right? During the power phase, this character gains 1 additional power for each Pheonix token it has. Okay? So when this character dazes or KOs an enemy character, this character loses a Pheonix token. Now, on this side, you want to lose the Pheonix tokens, because we're about to get into what happens. When another allied character is dazed or KO'd, this character gains 1 Pheonix token. So now you can gain 1 if any of your characters are dazed or KO'd. Now, that's a problem, right? Additionally, if this character would flip its stacker to the injured side, or he has 5 or more Pheonix tokens at the end of its activation, roll dice equal to the number of Pheonix tokens this character has. Each character within 5 of this character suffers 1 damage for each crit wild rolled. Destroy each terrain feature within 5 of this character with a size equal to or less than the number of hit crits or wilds rolled. Then this character is KO'd. Keep in mind this character is immune to stagger, stun, poison, and incinerate, and thank God. Because if this character on this side was not immune to any of those conditions, she would basically be useless. Because of the fact is this. You can stack the Pheonix tokens on Pheonix, right? On the front side, right? Because there's no limit. So if you're constantly dazing and KOing characters, right, you can really pour on the Pheonix tokens on this character. And now let's get to this side, right, because you only lose 3, right? So you get to this side, correct? Now remember, you only lose 3 Pheonix tokens. Let's say if you had 5 before you flipped, you have 2. So from there, you need to be careful of how you're gaining the Pheonix tokens. You need to be losing them as much as possible, because you can just lose this character, no problem. Just by having 5 Pheonix tokens on you, and she just blows up. And now, granted, I believe she blows up. Let me see. At the end of Pheonix's activation, right? So you can also daze or KO her, and then this goes off or whatever. Correct? So it's at the end of her activation. So once you stack those Pheonix tokens like to the moon, right? Depending on, if your aggro is going really well, she could just die at the end of her turn, she'll do a couple of attacks. Hopefully, maybe she does some things to remove the Pheonix tokens, because there are ways to remove the Pheonix tokens. If you're dazing and killing characters, you need to get that below 5, right? So the goal would be, if you have like 5 on you, to do what you can to remove those Pheonix tokens. Now, the only way to remove them so far is to do the spender. And then on top of that, if naturally you're dazing and KOing characters, you can remove them that way too. So there's a world where you can double dip with the spender, doing an insane amount of damage. And this is a beam, by the way, and the effect itself. So you can remove 2 from the spender and her innate and her ability down here, right? But I can see a world where people just like, okay, we're gonna guarantee the kill on you because you're putting all these Pheonix tokens on them. Now, granted, dice have to be rolled, and you have to daze and KO characters to do that. And also, she can add Pheonix tokens herself, so you got to be careful with her builder. With her first attack, because this is an ability. You don't build power. And, you got to be careful with other things, too, because if you want to re-roll dice, right, if you want to re-roll them, you will gain a Pheonix token. So you got to be careful with your Pheonix token management, right? So, either way, like, I think she's really good. Don't get me wrong. I think she's absolutely fantastic. Where I think she will excel the most as of right now, obviously X-Men are going to play her, right? She's a 6th threat. You play her. But I think Magneto Brotherhood in a tall list with this would be fantastic, right? Just off the top of my head, like just doing magnetic refraction and keeping her alive, and playing in a narrow scenario, like she can roll some nutty dice, right? And on top of that, with Magneto's leadership to give her some power to facilitate some things and for her to do the spender, and it's going to be harder to kill characters with Magneto, especially if you get refraction up. She can excel really well there. X-Men, of course, like if he's affiliated, try her out. My concern with X-Men is, as of right now today, they are a little squishy, right? And characters are hitting a lot harder. So I could see a world where X-Men play her and they're running into an attrition team, and they just kill her really quickly or get her the 5 tokens really quickly just because you're losing a lot of characters. But really good X-Men players, they do a really good job of like being out of range so they can get their rerolls from the leadership and like controlling the game points wise. That maybe they just use Pheonix to just go in there and just do the damage that they need her to do, right? You don't overextend Pheonix, right? You just take your time, you do what you need to do, you hop, and then you go and you do crazy things and you do the damage. Like she's a damage dealer, right? But if the X-Men players, are a little cocky, right? And putting characters out there to get dazed, KO'd because they're picking up objectives or whatever, well, you're kind of asking for it, right? So like my big concern with her is that she will probably die really fast on this side, but there's ways to prevent that. And if those ways don't go your way, well, guess what? You just lost a 6-threat character pretty fast. That can be whatever. And maybe my read is wrong. There's a lot of text on this card. I went through it pretty, I don't know, within 15, 20 minutes here. I probably need to spend like maybe 45 to maybe to an hour to talk about this to really gauge how to play this character, because I'm excited. I think this is insane how well designed she is, and the card is absolutely fantastic, and the model is insane. If you see it in person, it is great. So all right, so that's Pheonix, and now let's get to Gambit, okay? And I want to talk a bit about Gambit. Now she got buffed. As of right now, he's pretty much legal in tournaments right now. Other people have said, hey, if the card is printed and it's out there, it's legal. AMG events, probably not, right? But any event outside of AMG, this card is legal. I had a chance to play 2 games with Gambit in the affiliation battle on Sunday. And let's just go over the changes right now. And I do have his card, by the way. I was at Adepticon. If you're at Adepticon, you had the prize wall tickets. You can get this card. It was really cool. 3-3 defenses, 5 health, still a 3 threat, still size 2, still moves medium. That has not changed. Bow staff is, I believe, a gainer now. I believe that used to be a builder. I could be wrong. I didn't play much of Gambit at all. I played him a few times and was very disappointed in him. I just didn't think he was a really good character, so I don't remember if this is a builder or not. Either way, he still has the push on size 3. Now, where I think they missed here is I think this attack should have been physical or energy, and I would have done something of if you make it energy, you get the push. If you make it physical, you get dice, like a die or something like that, or 2 die or whatever, right? Because the push is good. The push is size 3, and you can push someone character. I just don't feel like they hit on that thematic thing. Like, why is he pushing a character, right? He's pushing a character because he's charging the bow staff, so that's like an energy attack. So either way, that would be what I would have done. That's just my opinion there, okay? Kinetic Ace. Now this, I believe is brand new. Maybe not. I don't know. But after this, it's an energy attack. After this attack is resolved, this character gains power to get damage dealt. So this is his builder. On the wild, you gain an explosive before damage is dealt. Enemy characters within 2 suffer 1 damage. And I'm going to give you a story about this card. 52 card pickup is now a double wild stun. If the attack is resolved, the defending character gains a stun special condition. It's a beam 4, 5 dice, 3 power cost. You do want to do this attack, and we're going to get to the bottom why. Because the bottom is where he changed. A little something extra. So for 1 power cost, while this character is attacking during the modified dice step, it may use a super power change 1 hit to a wild. So that's really cool. He did lose the add dice thing, but we're going to get to why that doesn't matter anymore. Enhanced agility, 2 power cost. You do this after the attack is resolved. You suffer damage, and then you advance small in any direction. So it's not away, it's not towards, it's not anything. You can go in any direction with this ability. Very versatile, very good. Let's get to the buff. The cards always be in my favor. I'm trying to say that as a Cajun. When this character is attacking, defending, or dodging, each wild result in its roll counts as 2 successes. This is a huge buff to Gambit, okay? When I played him the 2 times, this was very, very relevant, okay? Let me talk about a turn that I had into MODOK. I went ahead and I did a... because I was playing Apocalypse with him, and we're going to get to the Apocalypse rosters where it gets a little weird. When I played as Death, I was able to use Death to add dice. I attacked MODOK, right? So I had like a 5 or 6 dice attack on this. My initial die roll was like, I don't know, hit. It was like hit, crit, wild, and like I think another like hit or something like that. I don't remember what it was. So I had to look at the card again because if you can do the math there, right? I had 4 successes along with the wild, right? So no, I had 3 successes and the 4th success was the wild. The wild counts as 2, right? So now we're sitting at 5 hits right now, right? The MODOK rolled badly on defense, did nothing, right? So I had to read this ability again to see if I can add another wild, right? And will that wild stack? Because I was like, okay, is this only one of the wilds or is this 2 of them? What is it, right? So I look at it again and I'm like, wait a minute, I can add the wild. So I added the wild. And I was like, okay, so now that's 7 successes. And I dazed MODOK. He was within 2 of the of Abomination. So then my next attack went in. So the explosive did 1 damage to A-bomb, leaving him on 1. So then I went ahead and did an attack in A-bomb, and I went and I did like a whole bunch of damage because I was able to turn the wild into a hit, and it didn't matter. He was just dead. So I went and I dazed 2 models there because of this ability. And on top of that, my defensive rolls, anytime I rolled a wild, like, I just lived. So, like, his survivability is insane now because of this. And his offense can be crazy, too, because of this wild stuff, right? So, like, I was like, damn, yo, like, this character's really good. So, I'm telling you right now, Gambit's a really good 3-threat. He is stupid good. And APOC, even better. So let's get to APOC for a second. So me personally, I think he's always playing Death. He plays Death Famine, I believe. Okay? Now, I will tell you, I played 2 games at 17. And at 17, it gets weird. And let me explain to you why. At 17, you're mostly taking 3 threats. So that's 9, 12, 15. Yeah, 3 threats, 1, 2. Right? Probably what you're taking most of the time, depending on the scenario and all that stuff. Where it gets weird is this. Toad, you're playing Toad at the 2 threat. There's no world where you're playing Honey Badger. Even if you were playing Honey Badger, this would still affect everything. So, I personally believe that Gambit wants Death. He could play Famine, sure. You can figure it out from there. The problem with that is, Toad plays Death. And he also plays Pestilence, right? So the issue I was having was, okay, if I put Death on Gambit, I take Death away from Toad, I have to put Pestilence on him, right? That's his other option. Otherwise you don't. So then you have to figure out, okay, if I can't put Pestilence on this character, can I put Pestilence on another character? So then you have to take, like, okay, I have to take Beast, and Beast can take Pestilence, and you would have to take Magic at, like, War or Famine or something like that. But the point is that you're going to be missing out on one of the horsemen, right? Now, maybe that's not a big deal. Maybe you just put the Pestilence on Toad or whatever. And I don't recommend putting Pestilence on Toad at all, right? At all, period. But you can. And I had some success with Toad as Pestilence. It was pretty weird. But because you don't want to be within 2 characters. You want to be away from them. Toad is an extract guy. He's scoring. He does not want to be within range of anybody. So at 17, the math gets weird. I have not played a game at 18 or 19 or 20 yet to see if it gets weirder. But the fact that you're taking Toad and Toad wants to play Death, you're competing for that spot with those 2 characters, and it gets weird and you have to figure it out. And in APOC, it's going to be a little strange. And that was my experience with that. But it's really good, though. He is really freaking good. And shout outs to AMG. Only one more knock I will give this is that I don't feel like they embodied the thief aspect of Gambit. Like, there's no ability to pickpocket or anything like that with him, and I feel like that's a thematic miss in my opinion. And I wish they would have done something there, like add like a pickpocket, like maybe not a steal, but just something that references him being a thief. In some way, I don't know. Maybe attack. I mean, who knows? But outside of that, though, they hit on this character, and he is really good. He is playable now. You can put him in rosters. You can put him in X-Men if you want. He's a really good 3-threat. You can put him in X-Force, I think, and he's really good there. APOC, of course, right? Like I just talked about, I played him as Death 2 times. I thought it was insane. I thought it was a really good buff. And adds control as well. That's another thing. The control with the bow staff is pretty good. Imagine doing like a 6 dice bow staff because you activated death. You get like 2 dice because they have 2 damage on them. You do the bow staff, you do the death thing, and boom, that's it, bro. Like you just smoke them, right? Like you push them, and it is what it is. And this is before damage is dealt. So if you daze the character with the bow staff, the push happens, and then that character gets pushed out. So, yeah, I mean, there's more. There is a lot. I want to revisit Gambit in a later video, but I need to get more games in with him to better gauge what I'm going to do with him with APOC. Especially at the threat levels at 18, 19, 20, and see what I can come up with there. But I played him at 17 2 times, and there was a little bit of an issue. Not that it's bad. It's just like there was an issue assigning the horseman cards. You understand what I'm saying? There was just an issue with that. So that's it. All right, so guys, this is part 1 of the Adepticon video. We're talking about Pheonix and Gambit here. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, do all those things y'all gotta do. I'm always gonna have the MCP content for you guys. I will be doing a couple of more videos on Adepticon with the other characters, and my overall experience at Adepticon will be one of the videos as well. Give me some time, guys. I'm shocked that I'm able to get this video out right now. I'm just busy with life, taking care of a lot of things. And hopefully I can record the other 2 this week. If not, it'll be next week, okay? So take care. Stay tuned for that. I will catch y'all on the next one. Keep playing Marvel Crisis Protocol, guys. I'll catch y'all later.